Show me the money, show me the money. That's what Cuba Gooding Jr. said in the movie Jerry Maguire with Tom Cruise. And that's the purpose of this program, to show you the money, to show how a legacy consultant can earn good money by working with the Priceless Legacy Company in the pursuit of our very noble mission. Okay, so let's get into the details about the career and compensation plan at Priceless Legacy. What we're going to go over in this presentation is the big picture, the goals of the plan, some concepts involved in the compensation program, some concepts like inactive and active status, and then some resources for more comprehension, and finally I'll sum up pretty quickly. There will be other presentations available on our website. There are other presentations that detail compensation calculations, how to figure out just what your paycheck will be as a result of your efforts. Okay, the goals of the plan are as follows, and I hope you agree that it's very, very exciting. The purpose is to provide incentives for the actions we need our legacy consultants to take to achieve our mission. That's a fancy way of saying there are certain things we want you to do, and those two critical things are obviously complete life story packages. With 4 Americans dying every minute without their story being recorded, there's a real urgency to getting life stories done. That's what we're all about. That's our mission, that's our purpose, and we want you to do that. And the way that, no matter how hard you work, you can't do it alone. At 4 million or at 4 Americans dying per minute, that's too much for one person. So we need you to sponsor other legacy consultants, and that's our whole vision in support of this mission, is to have a very large and vibrant, and I hope ever-growing field force of legacy consultants, and that will be by recruiting 1 and 2 at a time from other passionate legacy consultants like yourself. The other goals are to really get you through your first life story, because we realize it's a little intimidating. Most of you are not publishers, most of you don't have experience as authors, and so it's kind of intimidating. What we want to assure you is that our process works, that we've thought this through, and the key is to trust yourself, to jump in with both feet, to get through your first life story book. So we'll give you incentives to help you along, help you through that process. We also want you to make good income for whatever time you can commit. Some of you may take this on as even a full-time effort eventually. Others can only do, because of commitments to children or other loved ones or hobbies or other jobs, can only commit 3 or 4 hours a week. That's okay. You will still contribute to our mission and to your own betterment, and we want you to get paid for that. We also want to keep the program simple and understandable. Honestly, we fall a little short there because it is kind of complex, but bear with us, you'll figure out the logic behind it in short order. And we want to identify and support leaders and in the concept of leadership. Leaders are people who get a little more ambitious in the organization and realize they can make more money, they can improve themselves, they can promote themselves up through the organization, make more money, enjoy more esteem, and really support the mission in a more fulsome way. We want to identify and support those people and those efforts. So some compensation concepts. It's fair and equitable. That means the rules have to apply to everybody. We can't just say, whoops, you almost made that incentive, or oh, I know you were $10 short, but let's overlook it this month. If we do that, it's a bit of a slippery slope. I like to sort of, personally, I don't like having to do that, but it just makes good sense, and that's what a lot of experienced people in direct selling organizations say. If it's fair to everybody, it's much more fair, well, to everybody, and there can be no exceptions. We'll pay our base commissions on a bi-monthly, meaning the middle of the month and the end of the month basis. It'll actually be a couple days after the end of each of those periods, so we have time to tabulate and check the information. See the official career and compensation plan document for details. This is designed to be an overview. The Bible, if you will, the source document is the career and compensation plan, which is available online at pricelesslegacy.com in the Resource Center. Understand that the company is operating in good faith. We want you to make money. This is not some sort of scheme to cheat you out of something. Think how stupid that would be. 1, it would be wrong, which is the most important thing. And 2, you wouldn't be a very effective legacy consultant if you felt the Priceless Legacy Company was somehow cheating you. We want you to earn as much money as your time, talent, and effort can gain for you. And then there's this concept of active and inactive. We have to support and reward those people who are working the program, who are selling and completing life stories, and those who cannot or will not, and there's nothing wrong with that, life circumstances change, the inactive ones will still get paid for some of their efforts, but less for some of the team-oriented stuff. So the components, there are really 6 components to compensation. There is the base retail commission. That's everyone gets 25% of what you sell your life stories for, and that's still $1,299. And so that's somewhere around $325. That's just flat. That comes for completing your life stories. There's a personal sales bonus, and we'll get in another presentation, like I said, into the details. But if you do 2 stories, sell 2 stories in a month, you'll get an extra 5% on those values. So that's $1,299 times 2 times 5%. If you do 3 or more stories in a month sold, you will get 10%. And again, that's to give you incentive to just push a little harder to try to get more people signed up to get these life stories going. There are various team incentives. People you sponsor into the organization, another way of saying recruit, and have them sign up as legacy consultants. You'll make a minimum of 3% of what people you've directly sold, and sometimes as high as 10%. And it depends on what rank you are and some other things. But your team can be very productive. And think about it. If you recruit 5 or 10 people, you could have quite a team, and they in turn sponsor or recruit 1, 2, 3, 4 people each. Just imagine how big that team can get, how we can be spreading our mission, and how you can earn more money. There's a Founders Quick Start Incentive program. For example, your first story and your second story, you'll get $100 extra each for those. And this lasts for the month you're in plus 90 days. But there's a lot of really good incentives there. In other presentations we'll go over that. The rank advancement bonus, as you move up in rank, and I'll explain that later, you can earn cash spot bonuses as you move from, say, director to senior director and so on. And then there will be special short-term incentives. We might say, given a certain month, there's a certain special $50 bonus for some sort of activity. We may even have more fun things like best romantic story of a 50-year married person or something, and have little Academy Award type things. Those are just ideas right now. So here's what the rank structure looks like. Everyone comes in as a legacy consultant, that's over here on the left, and over time earn their way up, and some will make it all the way to executive vice president. So a legacy consultant, a senior consultant, and again, through those 2 activities of sponsoring people who become active and also your own life story selling can move up quite a bit. And I won't go into the details here, but in this example, if you really go to it, you can earn about $6,682, it says here, in the first 3 months by sponsoring a few folks and completing, in this example, I think it's 9 life stories. The inactive-active concept, you have to be active in the program, and the way that's defined is you've sold a life story at some point in this month or any of the previous 3 months. So really kind of like a 4-month period. So if it's May and you haven't sold anything since January or earlier, you would become inactive at that time. And a lot of the compensation benefits are really for active people only. And by the way, the clock starts ticking once you've sold your first story. So you buy your welcome kit, you become a legacy consultant, you sell your first story, that's when we'll be looking for your next story within 4 months. Resources. There is a career and compensation plan. It's a PDF file in the Resource Center on the website. There's a policies and procedures manual, a lot of detail in there. We have other videos, PLC University videos I encourage you to watch and understand. You can also go to your sponsor who brought you into the organization, and if all else fails, contact us to make sure you understand how the compensation works. And if there's mistakes made, please call them to our attention. We really want to, we know from experience, and you all know from experience, not to jack with people's money. They get pretty sensitive about that, as well they should. So in summary, the plan is designed to motivate the actions we need to accomplish it, for our mission. I'm not shy about telling you that we are trying to manipulate you in certain ways, but there are directions that I think you want to go in too, and there are ways that you get rewarded for the types of activities that I hope you enjoy, which is completing life stories. And bringing other friends and acquaintances into the organization where it makes sense. I know it seems daunting, kind of confusing. Stick with it. Take it one step at a time. You'll figure it out. I'm also very emphatic about this, and more marketing-oriented people may say that I'm too frank about this. But this is not a get-rich-quick pitch. I'm not promising you a house in Hawaii unless you already have one. But you can make very nice money working this program in this very, very important, noble cause that we do. So in other words, do the right thing and you'll be rewarded.